Now in this case we are discussing that superposition of two different stationary waves. One is y1, that is a sine omega t. Second is y2, that is a sine omega t plus phi, where phi is phase changing between them. And these two waves superimpose on each other. One is going towards x-axis directions, other is in negative x-axis analysis. But at a point of reference here, if they superimpose on each other, they produce two different things at that point of energy coincident locus. This coincident because exactly they don't try to overlap each other, they try to match their energy levels and give an energy locus which has a maximum energy density, is called node. And where the energy locus is large in its volume but less in density, and they have different path difference, then we get other points which is called antinode. So in this superposition we will get two things, one is node and second is antinode. These things happen in your syllabus in open organ pipe, closed organ pipe, due to the incident wave and reflecting waves. See, these two waves superimpose on this point. So equation of mathematics states that, as you know in your syllabus, is y resultant will be y1 plus y2, and they are vector quantity. Displacement is there. So you are getting a sine omega t plus a sine omega t plus phi. Imply after trigonometrical addition of sin c plus sin d, you are getting 2 sine omega t plus phi by 2 and cos this minus that is phi by 2. That means you are getting a resultant equation, that is 2a cos phi by 2 of sine omega t plus phi by 2. So that is becoming a resultant equation of the waves when they superimpose on each other. Now this resultant wave will give you the idea what is the condition to make as nodes, what is the condition to make as antinodes, and what is the difference between them with respect to density, pressure, the path difference, as also the wavelength variations. And in this situation we have to take the mathematical analysis of it, such as if this y is 2a cos phi by 2, here there is no time variability, sine omega t plus phi by 2, where there is a time variability. If this resultant have to maximum, definitely cos phi by 2 must be equal to 1, and it is possible when phi is become 2n pi. And in this situation, as we know, phase difference is phi by 2, so that delta phi must be equal to 2n pi. So in this situation, you are observing delta phi, as we know, 2 pi by lambda of delta x, that is become 2n pi. So delta x is become n lambda. Since path difference is n lambda, phase difference is become 2n pi, then whatever points you getting for the superposition will be considered as node. And if it is 1, so the amplitude of the node points you are getting, that is, this part is taken as 1, the 2a of sine omega t plus phi by 2. Similarly, we can discuss about the antinodes. For antinodes, resultant applications of the amplitude is possible as minimum when cos phi by 2 is taken as minus 1. As you know, cos value lies from minus 1 to plus 1. Cos theta lies minus 1 to plus 1. Like this. So, in this situation you are getting phi is del phi is equal to 2n pi plus minus or pi. Imply if we put the same things as we understand in phase, 2 pi by lambda of del x is 2n plus minus 1 of pi, implies del x become 2n plus minus 1 lambda by 2. See, if the path difference is this, phase difference is this, and if we put this part is minus 1, equation become negative of it. This point will consider as anti-node. But when you take plus and when you take minus, this is the part of concern from your school level to our IIT level. You must remember, if the central point on the superposition giving you the node, then n will be started from 1. If n, this natural number is taken from 1, 2, 3 like this, then you must put here as a minus. But if the central point, as you see here, is antinodes, so definitely in this case n will start from 0. If n is started from 0, then you give plus here. See, if n starting with 1, it will be minus. If n starting from 0, then it is plus. When it will be starting from 0? If the central point is antinode. When it will be starting from 1? When central point is nodes. These are misconceptual part sometimes students use in different way. But for IIT papers, you have to know every intercepting part of the equation and their application. Now, we understand what is node, what is antinode, and what is their conditions. Now, I am coming to the part of this stationary wave superposition in your syllabus, that is superposition of sound in open organ pipe, closed organ pipe.